Hey guys, welcome back to another review. This is the Razer Orochi V2 wireless. I actually really like this mouse. I'm playing very well with it in Apex for tracking, as well as Valorant and CSGO with flick shots and controlled spray and aim. I think that the mouse is literally probably the best fingertip mouse on the market right now. For all of you fingertippers, you small-handed mouse users to medium mouse users would actually really enjoy this mouse. And even with my a little over 21 centimeter hands, the mouse is very comfortable, again, for strict fingertip or relaxed claw, and feels very good. Just to get straight into the review, this design was actually by Nacho Customz, who is a very good friend of mine. That's not going to affect my opinion of the review at all, but I can say that the design made by Nacho Customz is absolutely phenomenal. It is a topographic map with purples, pinks, whites, and different shades thrown in there, and just looks really good. You guys in the pink gang with pink mouse pads or keycaps would absolutely love the design, so definitely check out the designs by Nacho Customz on the Orochi V2. It's pretty cool. The top shell actually comes right off just by this little lever right here. You pick the top shell off completely and it exposes the section for the batteries. It actually does run off of one rechargeable battery, as you can see here. I've got no issue at all with powering up the mouse with one battery to save weight. The scroll wheel on this actually was custom by my boy Nacho Customz. It's really cool with the pink top shell, and you can see the Razer switches for mouse 1 and mouse 2, and of course the DPI button. And with the top shell off, you can see how the mouse 4 and mouse 5 actually click into the main shell of the mouse and how far they extend. And actually, out of the box, I can say the mouse 1 and mouse 2, as far as Razer switches go, are probably the best I have ever felt on a Razer mouse. So I do think that this is a solid performing fingertip / claw grip mouse for you large hand users, and I do want to show you guys some gameplay from different games like Apex, Valorant, and CSGO. Let's check it out. And as good as the mouse is in Apex with tracking, it is equally as good in Valorant and CSGO.
No one.
To give you guys a sound test of mouse 1 and mouse 2 with those Razer switches. scroll wheel. Really nice tactile feedback, just feels great. Mouse 3, likewise feels phenomenal. And mouse 4 and mouse 5 actually feel really, really good on this mouse. Super clicky, super tactile. I've got no pre-travel or post-travel on my mouse 4. On my mouse 5, you can see just a little bit, which is very, very typical for side buttons on most mice. Just a little bit towards the top of mouse 5 as far as post-travel. Nothing that I felt in-game. The clicks feel extremely, extremely good. Probably the best I've felt, again, on any Razer mouse. The top shell, again, is all one piece, which I actually feel works very well as far as the side flex and side wobble on mouse 1 and mouse 2. As you can see with that one shell design, there is virtually no side flex with pulling with a lot of force actually, or wobble with my mouse 1 or mouse 2. And as far as pre and post travel on the Orochi V2, I've got virtually no post travel at all. It actually comes to a very solid stop there after you click down with the mouse 1 or mouse 2. And as far as pre-travel, I've got none. And you can see that the DPI button is on the top of the mouse. I prefer to have my DPI button on the top of the mouse. It is very tactile, very clicky. And you can see that the DPI button does correspond with a RGB light at the top of the mouse so that you know what DPI step you are on, which is very nice. You can see on my copy here with one rechargeable battery in the mouse, it is at 65 grams. The mouse without the top shell and the battery that I was using comes in at 46 grams. And I can say on my copy I have no build quality issues at all, except for on my copy I do have slight pressure towards the back end of the mouse can actuate my mouse 2 from all the way down here. It doesn't happen on my left click, so I'm assuming that I just got a early copy that had this particular issue. Wasn't an issue for me once I got adjusted to it in game, and overall, otherwise, the overall build quality of the mouse is superb. Also guys, I don't know if the top shells are going to be sold separately by Razer. Of course, there are top shells by your favorite designers. This one is by Nacho Customz. And the thing that's cool is if they are sold separately, you can always mix and match, get the top shells and easily place them on the mouse and support your favorite mouse modder and or designer. So I've got the mouse next to the Logitech G Pro Superlight. The Superlight, my copy in white, actually comes in around 61 grams. With one battery in the Orochi V2, I'm around 65 grams. But the mouse just feels a lot lighter in your hand, and that's because the grip and size of the mouse kind of forces you into a either relaxed claw, or fingertip grip on the mouse, which for me, I actually played better on the Orochi V2. I had absolutely no issues with the sensor spinning out. The sensor feels phenomenal, very high tier gaming sensor. And the grip for me just offered more benefits in Valorant for flick shots, more maneuverability because there isn't that hump in the middle of the mouse and the mouse is a lot shorter. So there's just so much verticality and maneuverability with fingertipping or clawing with this mouse. It just felt really, really good in Apex for tracking and really good in Valorant and CSGO as well for either controlled spray or flicks. The mouse 4 and mouse 5 on this mouse is just so much better than the G Pro Superlight, which is kind of ironic considering the G Pro Superlight is $150 and the side clicks on the original G Pro were so good. I actually have a new batch of the G Pro Superlight and my side clicks are still mushy. They're just not as tactile as I would appreciate them to be. The Orochi V2 side clicks are just so firm and steady and tactile and clicky. It's just a much more enjoyable experience, and even the mouse 1 and mouse 2 I feel are more tactile and clicky than the G Pro Superlight copy that I have. And you know, the side flex on the Orochi V2 compared to the G Pro Superlight is night and day. And you can actually see the mouse here next to the Razer Viper Ultimate. The Razer Viper Ultimate, obviously much longer. The width is actually not too far off, in my personal opinion, as far as hand feel is concerned. But the clicks, again, on the Razer Orochi V2 are just extremely, extremely clicky. And I was fortunate enough to get a really solid copy in white of the Razer Viper Ultimate with the V2 switches. And they feel very, very good. But you do get this just nice click with the Orochi. Nice little pop without that hollowness that the Razer Viper Ultimate has. And maybe it's just the way that the top shell is designed, but the switches feel very, very good. And of course, one of the small mouse favorites, the Cape Town next to the Orochi V2. In my opinion, the Orochi V2 is the better pick. One, it's wireless, it's a little bit wider, the ergonomics feel a little bit better. Clicks feel absolutely fantastic compared to the Cape Town default switches. These do have modded KL 8.0, so I can't do a sound test for you guys. But overall, the mouse is a little bit shorter, a little bit wider, the hump comes out a little bit more, just has a little bit better of a hand feel, and I can definitely recommend this for anybody that is using the Cape Town. It might be an awesome wireless transfer over for you and could be your top wireless mouse. So overall, awesome design, guys. It's definitely going to be a wireless mouse that's in my repertoire of mice that I swap to frequently. Love the design here by Nacho Customz, and I love to see Razer supporting these mouse designers and modders and coming out with these awesome designs for the masses. If that helped, guys, please leave a subscription to the channel, and I'll see you in the next review. Peace.